Hi guys, I'm Ashley. I'm one of the RBC Emerging Artists this summer at the NINA, and today we're going to be making this tissue paper wall art or just tissue paper flowers. And some of the supplies you'll need are scissors, a pen or something sharp to poke through cardboard, tape, clothespins, wire, pipe cleaners, and tissue paper. Okay, so to start, you're going to need some tissue paper. So all the tissue paper needs to be cut generally around to the same size. And depending on how many petals you want on a flower, you're going to want more for more and then less for less. So generally, I go about 6 to 8 sheets. So I've done a variety of colors, all the same size. So I'm just going to stack them all together. Okay, so once I have all the paper lined up, we're gonna do an accordion style fold. So we're gonna fold one way, flip, and then fold the other way. So generally I do about the size of your finger for the size of fold. So we're gonna do it all the way across. So just back and forth. And then once we're all finished this, we're gonna grab our pipe cleaner for the next step. Okay, so you're gonna take your pipe cleaner and then about in the center, you're gonna fold it over and then twist it so it's nice and tight. And then next you'll take the tissue paper and just kind of generally attach it and just kind of bend it out nicely. And then you're gonna take one of the corner pieces, so the top, and you're gonna keep folding up. And if it rips along the way, that's okay, just keep going. So then that's one layer, and then just keep going. You can do all one side first or just go all the way around, doesn't really matter. So once you're done the first layer, you just keep going in a repetitive motion. So this will be the second layer. And sometimes it's easier if you use different colors between layers so you can differentiate them. So once you get to closer to the end, if you feel like it's done, you don't have to keep folding. It's up to you. But if you keep folding, it'll look more like that. So that'll be a finished one. And this is also finished. So one of the different kind of flowers, you can make more of a flat one. So it's the same technique. So you'll take your paper and then you're gonna flatten it out, all the same layers all together, and do your accordion style. Kind of flower, you don't need to put as many layers. I'm just gonna do usually 3 is how many I have. So then we're gonna fold and do the accordion style. Once we get to this point, we're going to take another piece of pipe cleaner and then we're just going to fold it over again, so same as the first one, and then twist it. And then for this one, you're just going to pull it together, and then instead of pulling all the pieces apart, you're just going to tape it. So I'm just going to take a piece of tape, and so I don't see it, I'm going to put it on the bottom. So it'll look like that, and then you can just readjust it. And then same thing for the other side. So pull it together, flip it over, and then tape. And this will create a flatter flower. So for the next one we're gonna make, this one's like optional, but you can also make like a little butterfly. So all you're gonna need is a clothespin, and then I'm using 2 sheets, but I'm gonna use 2 different ones to make double the wings. So same thing, we're gonna fold it accordion style. And then what we're gonna do is once we get to this point, we're just gonna stick our clothespin instead of a pipe cleaner and then lock it down. And then one of the things you can also do when you get to the point where it's just flat is you can also just shape it if you want. So I'm gonna do that for my next one. I'm gonna do a little triangle shape cut. So it'll look like that. And then same thing on the other side. And this part is totally optional. It'll work fine just as is. And then same thing, open it and then just stick it on. And then what you're gonna do is just kind of open it up so it's a little more fuller and just adjust to what you think looks best. And then if you'd like, you can draw a little face on it. It's a little butterfly. If you want to add antennas, you could with the pipe cleaner, up to you. So next, this is an option as well. You can also make a piece of wall art. So to make this, we're going to start with a piece of cardboard, and I'm using wrapping paper to make the background. So you're going to just stick it on, and I've cut mine so it'll fit perfectly on it. And to hang it, we're going to use wire. So I'm going to just eyeball it, and I'm gonna pick 2 spots for where it's gonna go, the wire is gonna go through, and then I'm gonna take my pen, lift, and then I'm just gonna poke through, and then just kind of twist, and then same thing over here, just twist. You can use a ruler to measure it, but I'm just gonna eyeball it, and then I'm gonna take a piece of wire, cut it. So I'm going to stick it through. And I go over and do the other side. So then I'm going to pull it all the way through. So this is going to be the front. So we're going to make it flush, and we're going to tie it on the side. Kind of wrap it around itself a few times. And you could also get someone in your household to help you do this. Another option, you could always use string as well. So then I'm going to choose to cut the ends and then just bend down the pointy part. Okay, so it's going to sit like that. So that's going to be the one side. So then we're just gonna fold our paper over just like you would wrap a Christmas present. Tape it. So once we're all done wrapping it, we're gonna choose where we're gonna place our flowers. So we're just going to kind of generally line them up how we want them to sit. And then, so once we're done that, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to take a pen, mark it, and then we're going to poke our pen through, just kind of wiggling it in place. And then make sure it's coming all the way through. And then we're going to pull out, and then we're going to continue doing this step to all the places where the flowers will be. And then what we're gonna do with our flower is we're gonna take the pipe cleaner portion and we're gonna stick it through, pulling it through the other side, and then we're gonna bend it down, and then we're just gonna kind of twist it around just so it stays in place, and then continue and do it for all the other ones. So this is what the final product can be, but of course you can always keep taking out the flowers and changing them and putting in different ones. I'm going to take the butterfly and I'm going to actually just clip it to this one. And you can also just choose to glue it onto the board as well if you'd like, but this is what you can end up with.